Hi there, and welcome to a new Plugin Guru video. My name is John Skippy Limcool, and I'm honored to have you all along on the ride today. We're doing a video supporting BreakTweaker, the OMG library that just came out. I want to show you a way of working with BreakTweaker that I've used that you might not be aware of. And it's kind of a fun way to work, and it puts a different perspective on the patterns and what is going on there and programming. So before we get to that, I want to point out real quickly that this wonderful little website page on Plugin Guru is where you will find the library. And check out down here all the comments. And the comments from people have been great. Amazing, better than the factory voicing, diverse. Everybody loves the key sets, so they can just go to the no snare, no kick, breakdown versions. Best $50 I've ever spent. Unbelievably good job on OMG. Best thing out there for those genres. And the samples are beautiful. So I'm really happy with how this library has turned out, and it's really fun to work with. I'm going to show you a really cool way here. So please go to pluginguru.com and pick up a copy. So let's go to Logic. I have worked up a sequence to a very popular song right now called Here by Alicia Cara. I'm probably not saying it right, but you know that feel, such a great feel, right? Let's try to do that in BreakTweaker. And how would we do that? And where would you start? You need to do a hip hop song for something. So I've mocked up the bass, the piano, and the strings to have different chords. So I don't want no copyright infringements. But we need we want that swing feel, right? I'm going to show you how to do that. I also want to show you how to use flams. I'm going to show you how to go through the generators to play with. So there's a lot to cover, but let's start here because this is a fun way to start. I kind of cover all the bases at once. The way to work with this that you might not be thinking of is to do this. When you call up these grooves, you're hearing a myriad set of sounds. So you can go... down below are the samples, so you can immediately need something bigger, and that's not the right kind of snare. This is really kind of quiet little kind of a snare on the recording right now. So you go through and you play through the grooves. These are all big. Almost. Ooh. Whoa. Hey. We have a match. I think that's going to work. We could keep going because we could... A lot of times you might want to do the opposite, where you find something that's not close. Some of the trance kits, that might be cool if you're trying to go outside of the box. You know, you got the typical, right? Now you need some difference in two. So what I did, I sequenced it using just the sampled notes down below. I didn't even make a pattern yet. I was using the patterns to find sounds that might be worth investigating. But since I did this, I can now go through all the kits and I can listen to them this way. Let's quantize this real quick so it's a little bit more of the feel. That's happening. That's really cool. I love that snare. It's really close to that. It's gone, right? Okay, so we found the kit, Aristocrat. So let's do this. Let's go to say new, and we're gonna go to presets, and we're gonna say load the kit only, because I could stop right there. I could, so let's load this up. And because I loaded it up kit only, the name up here is green. So it's loaded up just the samples, and the patterns are all empty, so I can program them from scratch. I could stop right here. Right, let's do this. At this point, I want that kick to not be that kick. I want it to be a something. So I'm gonna hit the little folder. This is how you get to the generators. And we're gonna go to the hip hop folder. And I could be playing it. Kinda cool. Now this is just the hip hop folder. And in a minute I'm gonna run out of kicks. And then I'm to claps. Because the hip hop folder only has a fraction of the library in it. So instead of doing this, let's go down to the kick OMG folder. If you have the BreakTweaker library of Mega Macho drums, then you have the kick that's just kick. And these are all kicks from that library. But OMG is all of the kicks, and I think there's over 160 generators. This is all the dubstep, everything all together. And I could just, oh, that's cool. Okay. That hi-hat's not right. So let's go to the folder. Let's say, maybe just hip hop. Go to HHT, closed is CL. Oh, that's really close. Maybe we tune it up a little bit. Now, one trick I'm going to show you. I want this snare to have a little bit more high-end snap. And there's two options. I could either bus this to multiple outputs and then EQ everything. And ideally, if I'm going to actually work on this, I would do that. And maybe I'll show you in a minute how to do that. But if it's just in the box, in this one plugin as one instance in stereo, it just so happens that when you call up, and in fact, it already has it called up, the warm filter is really great to like overdrive it a little in a really musical way. And tone is a really great EQ alternative. That's cool. Maybe we don't want it to snap, so we can darken it. That's even better, I think. Go to the kick. Maybe turn this on. And it's overdriving it. Be aware that by adding warm, playing with filters, all this stuff ups the amount of CPU usage of BreakTweaker. Here's without. One thing to check also, a lot of presets are saved with the release of envelope 1 at 100. Bring it up to 1,000 or so, and you will have a long release now that will maybe make it so it doesn't sound so choppy. Okay. Now, this is the concept of just sequencing it. But what if we wanted to actually have it where BreakTweaker's pattern generator was actually swinging like that. Can it do it? Can it do that swinging kick drum? Absolutely. I'll show you how. So we play C and it starts playing the pattern, and we want to say 60. You know what's even more important is just hit sync, and that way it will go look at 61 as the sequencer tempo. So here's our hi-hat. Maybe let's vary the volume just a little bit here and there. Okay, and the snare is on 2 and 4. So this is the sequencer 16th note feel. Okay, we don't want that. So what you do is you drag this sucker all the way here, because right here is where that note is. And you go down to your divisions and you make it 2 divisions, and then you shift the timing to about 60. If it's a full 2 beats, it's about 20 or so if it's just I'll show you in a second for another part, but listen. Far better than that, right? So drag this out, go over here, make it 2 divisions, somewhere around 60, maybe a little bit different. Let's have it be a little bit stronger. So 68. So the first is 60 and here's 68. That's not right. That's not right. Let's try it. Maybe 58. Let's try 58. All right, let's have, just so we can try it, let's have it so we have a tambourine part, right? We want to have 2 divisions right here. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me that they would release this in this shape, but they did. The most important divisions are like 1 to 12, and you can't get, it's 1, 4, 6, 9, 11, 14, it skips. You have to hold down the command key to get 2. The most important division divider, you can't change without using a modifier key. So make sure that you use command. Whoever designed this in the engineering department doesn't use it, because the most important division is 2. And you can't do it without a modifier key, which is just horrible interface. And let's copy and paste. I said 20. That's about right. So let's copy that. Hold down Control, copy, paste. Let's turn it down in volume. So you can do it. Vary it a little from here to there. Okay, so we're now to the point where we have this that works. And then I need some variations. And if let's do this like I'm doing a whole voicing thing for a library. So I would take and Control click, and I go to the pattern option. I'd say copy pattern, and I'd say paste. And C# I'll say paste so that it's up here too. And then for this one, I want to have a clap. Maybe I don't need that sound. I want a ride cymbal. So we'll go looking through the library to cymbals. And you'll see ride in the names. So, and here's where you'll want to definitely open up this and bring up the release time so that it rings the right amount. I didn't remember where I was. Let's go back to cymbals. I like that. All right, let's put that in. Be panning a little bit. Okay, and then I want a busy part. All right. So now I need to do a fill. So let's copy this part. Pattern copy. Go to the D sharp and paste. And for this first fill, I like to have. So we're gonna do a trick. I want this to be a division of 2. Put in fade in. This will not. So you don't hear that first one. Since this is BreakTweaker, we gotta do something cool here. So. That's cool. And then maybe try some of the different slope settings to get it. Okay. And I told you I was going to show you about flams. So this next fill, let's have it be starting with a flam. And the way you do a flam is 2 divisions. Right? Bring up the gate so that there's no gap. And then just take tension. Copy there and paste here. So I have this be doubles and swing it about 20, 22. Paste. Big hit right here for. Okay. So we've got 2 fills and I showed you flams. Flams are easy. You just set it to 2 divisions and then change the tension so it's early and as you want a tight flam. See, the cool thing with this system of working is that the timing, the swing can be different for each one of these events, which is really powerful. So there we go. So we got our groove and Okay. Now the final step would be to set these to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I set them to separate outputs. Now it comes the work in the Logic mixer. So let's move this over here. You'd go to BreakTweaker. You'd go down here and BreakTweaker, you'd say change to multi-output. And it takes it a second, it reconfigures itself, then hit X to call up the mixer. And here's BreakTweaker, and here's the plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's it. Now it's separate outputs. The kick is all by itself. So I could now go to this snare, for example. I could go to this snare, go Space Designer, and put different processing on everything. Smooth things out. Reverb, another Space Designer. It has to be a smaller room, so go to small spaces, small rooms. There. Now I got my fills, got my other fill. See? It's that fun. Okay. So that's, I wanted to show you generators, flams, swing, different ways of starting with the kits, multiple outputs, how to set it up in Logic. It's similar to set up multiple output in other sequencing programs. That's how it works. So thank you and enjoy the video. Enjoy OMG. It's a pleasure to work on. I'm very glad it's out there for everybody. And talk to you soon. Okay. See ya. Cheers. Bye.